Good morning, Wichita. Welcome to Council Chat. With me today is my esteemed colleague, Councilmember Brandon Johnson from District 1. Today we're going to be discussing the Board of Bids and the contracts, of course.
Yep, those are always good to pay attention to. Also, next week we are going to hear about an art change order for the Chester Lewis Park. It's still opening, hopefully this fall. Don't have a date just yet. But the entrance will be to the med school, and art funding increasing from $500,000 to $805,421. And the new artwork, I don't think many people have seen, but it looks amazing. It's going to be one of the coolest spaces downtown when it comes out. Definitely well worth the money. And I'm really grateful for all of those who've helped fundraise for the additional funds needed. The partnership, the Parks Foundation, our Park and Rec staff have really helped out as well. So just grateful to have so much community support for this project.
Right. Art is a celebration of life, so it is definitely something that is worthwhile for our city to invest in, and gives us a unique local flavor too. If you see kind of the themes that run through a lot of the art in our city. I know we have an appreciation for sharp, pointy things that dot our cityscape too. Also, we'll be receiving our 2021 financial report. This is a regular audit of the city's finances. We get it every year, and it's from an outside and independent auditor. So we can start to dig in and just really know what we're doing on a macro level. We'll also be discussing a professional service agreement for the BNR project. This is one that is down in District 3. The majority of the waste from the city goes through that sewage treatment plant. This is the second largest project in the history of Wichita, so we're going to be making sure that we cross our T's and dot our I's, and this will be a loan agreement with the state to help finance a portion of the project, and it will be a low interest rate loan, so good news for our city.
Yeah, those low interest rate loans have been really good, and as we all don't like to see water rates increase. The water rate increase without those loans would have been huge, like 12 to 15%. And right now we're looking every year of 5 or less percent on the water rate increases. So this is great, like you said, another large project, second biggest project in our history. So many local jobs, and I know the council will continue to hope to see most of this work being local, just like on the water treatment plant. And I hope people pay attention, on the financial report. There's always a lot of talk in the community about our city finances and where we are and what we're doing, but we continue to receive these good opinions from different auditors. This is a new auditor, not like our last one. And it continues to show our finance staff does just a wonderful job of making sure we're doing what's right with the responsibility we have with tax dollars. So all good things. Next week, we're also going to discuss the removal or repair of unsafe structures in Districts 1 and 2. We always try to work with homeowners while balancing the needs of the neighborhoods, and it's always tough. I know you hear it a lot in District 3 of you've got these blighted properties and you want to save those, but it really impacts neighborhoods, and we hear from those neighborhood association presidents and those neighbors of they're taking care of their property and doing the right thing, and you've got one property owner, whether they live here or not, that's not. And it's not always fair to let that just sit there for months or years while the rest of the neighborhood is really trying to, improve itself. So we'll have some of those, and also discuss some airport special needs, special facilities bonds for a proposed hotel at the airport.
Yeah, like you were talking about earlier with the unsafe structures, it's difficult to find the balance there, the tipping point between public safety and persons' rights to their property. Because a lot of these properties end up being open for squatters or people who go in there and, to be quite frank, they'll do drugs in there or they'll make their drugs in there. So it's also unsafe structures that children could go play in. So there really is a balance there, and if you want to keep your property, you have to upkeep it for the safety of the community. That's the thing. It's not just a blight or an eyesore to the rest of the community. It's also just a safety thing. Yep. So that's one of the more difficult aspects of the job that I've been coping with in my brief time here, and I know the same as can be said of you as well, because you don't want to go knocking people's stuff down, but God forbid the day comes that a little 10-year-old or 12-year-old's exploring somewhere they shouldn't be and something unfortunate happens. So, are you looking forward to the only evening city council meeting we have a year?
Yeah. I really hope folks show up again. That's Thursday night, August 4th, 7 p.m. down here at City Hall, 455 North Main, the Black Building, if you haven't been here before. Definitely want to have that meeting. The budget is probably the most important thing that we do. So it allocates dollars for public safety and all the wonderful work that the city does. And, having an evening opportunity is something I continue to hear about. I know you've heard about folks wanting. So hopefully we get a packed house and people can hear about the budget and let us know if we're on the right track or if we're not. And then learn about some of this. Sometimes we'll hear about folks wanting to use CIP funding for something that you legally can't use it for. So, learning where these funds come from, which buckets they're in, what we can and cannot do, and then giving us some ideas of, are we on the right track or not. So I do hope to see everybody there this Thursday night, as well as folks getting ready for kids to go back to school.
Amen.
I know my kids are loving summer, and hopefully we can get them happy about going back to school as well and start that routine this weekend. But yeah, that's coming up soon too.
Yeah, I think nobody's happier than the parents. I know I'm more than ready for it. And I also believe you're the one to thank for having this evening budget meeting. Am I correct? This is something that you proposed a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is. There's barriers to working people who have everyday jobs making it to our council meeting. So I appreciate you advocating for those people and making sure that it's available for most people to go to, because it's everybody's budget. It's the city's budget. This doesn't just pertain to one district in particular. So I know I've been talking about it in all my neighborhood association meetings and DAB meetings. So I really hope the South Wichita comes out in force and just lets us know what their needs are.
Yep. I'm also interested to hear more specifically about the paving the dirt roads, the $31 million that's allocated over the next, 10 years or so. Towards that, what folks think about that. Are those the right targets to start in? We heard about it. You and the mayor also pushed for that, as well as Councilmember Blueball this year. And now we're here at this point, so I really want to hear from folks on that. But I think it's a good opportunity to start getting those roads paved.
I agree wholeheartedly. So
awesome. Well, other than that, I guess We'll thank everybody for joining us, and definitely encourage folks to subscribe and follow on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
All right. Thank you, Wichita.